Okay, there we
Not
go.
going to carry us if I'm...
No, the thing to remember is that those levels don't mean anything.
Well, it at least means you've played a lot of matches with that particular race.
True. That's true. Okay, so I'm looking for my... I'm just going to narrate these, so when you go watch the videos, you know what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to put my overlord where the ramp is. I can never remember where they all are. I'm going to supply block myself because took me an extra second or so to find where the little ramp goes. You always want to do that right away because people will literally run a worker directly over to your base. And sometimes
What does supply block mean?
Okay, good question. So we call it supply block when you can't make any more units because you're supply capped. But we call it supply blocked because you're blocked due to supply. So instead of doing 13 pool, I'm doing 12 pool. 12 pool means 12 workers and then spawn swimming pool. But they call it like 12 pool or 13 pool. The reason why it's important to know that is because people love to use shorthand, and you're going to have to understand what the hell they're talking about. Hopefully they still use that terminology. The other thing is the colors of your team are really important. And so Alt F or just using this little color units, green, yellow, red, based on hostility can potentially be a big deal because, whoops, I got to talking about that and forgot to... Oh, crap. I forgot to leave one for my queen. So it's called an in-base hatchery. When you put a hatchery inside your base, I'll do an in-base hatchery build this time. That frees up the one for queen, so that's good. I think I didn't build my overlord. I didn't, so I'll build the overlord now. I have my 6 zerglings. If you're doing 2v2s, people can rush with marines and kill 6 zerglings, no problem, even with just 3 marines, if they do a little micromanagement. So... Oh, my freaking overlord still didn't spawn. That's okay. If you're still supply blocked and you want to make another drone or something anyway, just to use up a little bit of your money, build an extractor. Okay, put my queen on control 1. My hatchery is already control 2. Make my second hatchery control 2. So 3 marines is not going to cut it. Or 6 zerglings isn't going to cut it. I always build a roach warren right away. I only need 2 workers to fund a roach warren semi-decent. Although a lot of people do metabolic boost first to get their zerglings done a little bit faster. And I totally know why people do that, because it helps them not get kited around. And they can check for expansions a lot faster. As soon as I get my second queen, I'm going to start creep tumoring. I don't like to do it on my first one because I need those inject larvas in case they attack me. Yep, see, they're already trying to push in. I don't know what those were, though.
See that? Well, I'm just building my photon cannons.
Okay, I don't have enough for
I think that's one of their guys.
It is. And see, since I have it set to red instead of having you set to red, they stick out like a sore thumb. But their AI is not going to let them run in here. But because they see the units, and then you making those photon cannons is going to make them tech up more.
Yeah.
So the only thing to remember is with all those photon cannons, it means you can't make units, as many units. But against other players, if you are going to tech up to something bigger and don't want to make any units, then you can do that. The problem's going to be, though, that they can get what we call map control. And
Building a lot of
what?
supply things. I'm building a lot of these supply things, though, so I'm not even close right now to capping.
Right, but cannons take a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing.
You what?
I'm doing
You're doing
all right on money. We're being attacked.
Well, we'll see if you're doing all right on money here in a second.
All right.
If we survive. Okay, good. Oh, also Zerglings move faster on creep. That's the other reason to do, what do we call them, creep roads or something. I can't remember what we call them. They're like little highways.
On creepy lane.
Yeah, they're kind of like little highways. So if I wanted to re-attack them, or attack them back right now, I would be able to. Because I can move super fast. Oh, fuckers. Okay, so you have to support your creep tumors sometimes, because they will attack your creep tumors, which kind of stops you from leapfrogging them around. There we go. Oh, and queens move super slow, but on creep, they move like at pretty much full speed, which is awesome. Very helpful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start over there.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. Okay. So. And I'm going to start building a larger army. Have a little forward position here. Ah, gosh darn it. What's that? An overseer? I always try to build a little spore in the back of my base. But, oh, queens can attack air also. They have insane range, and they actually do really good damage, and they can cross heal. So, don't ever discount queens for anti-air. The problem is they can't detect anything. Yeah.
Fun. The other person was really fun.
Yeah. So anyway, we just like to hold forward positions like this, but then you got to worry about them attacking you from behind, which is always a danger, but with computers you rarely have to worry about that. I'm not doing as good of a job this time maintaining resources. I also have a lot less workers. That's because I'm building a lot more. So they're trying to come around behind us a little bit, but they're just scouting. Honestly, it doesn't...
Yeah, I saw that.
Thing is, it doesn't really matter if the computer scouts or not, because the computer's a cheating map hacking whore. But it's always good to shoo them away whenever you can. I should be able to get that with my spore. Because spores do double damage, yep. To... Oh boy, here they come.
Nope, that guy's gonna die.
Oh, and the other thing is spores are invisible. Which is probably the other reason why they're running overseers around. Because they need overseers to see those.
Okay, I'm working on those big creepy crawlies. Colossuses. Colossusi.
So that was good. I didn't lose for... Oh. Got a pretty decent roach army now.
Yeah.
Ah, they bottlenecked my guys. Oh, never be ashamed to like scoot your guys forward a little bit instead of attacking position, because bottlenecks in this game you could seriously like lose your whole army to a stupid bottleneck, which is incredibly frustrating. So just by scooting your units forward a little bit can be the difference between losing and winning a battle. Also, if you need to reset your waypoints, since Zerg get double waypoints from their hatcheries, you just click the hatchery itself and it resets the waypoint. Oh, they're trying to do a drone transfer. So you always keep an eye out for drone transfers, because that's an easy way to nail their supply line. I just have to find out how to get there. There they are. And then if you can cut them off, all the better. And if you can wait until they're done, all the better too, because then they lose even more money. Because they have to not only replace all the workers, but replace the hatchery too. You just have to make sure your characters don't get backstabbed. And then you want to make sure you stop your guys so they go finish everybody off as they walk by. So I just wiped out that base just by chance being able to scout. Also, roaches do melee damage and acid damage, so they are very tanky.
Awesome.
Yes, but even though it's melee damage, it still uses the ranged upgrade, which is pretty crazy. Oh, they had burrowed guys next to my frickin'... That burrowed guys next to my base? Anyway. Do my inject larva. Oh, here comes our next ball of fun. Nope. Guess I need to build some corruptors, because they're going to do the same damn thing they did last time. Because that's what Protoss always does. Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. The important thing, especially later in the game, and this only comes with experience, is to make sure that you don't freeze. It's really easy to just be completely unsure as to what you should do, and so a lot of people don't do anything, kind of like real life. When faced with a problem that they've never seen before, people usually freeze. So you got to make sure that you don't freeze up. Like right now, I was thinking for a second, what should I do? I don't know what to do. And so, but I just kept making units.
Alright.
Because it's better than nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll be making corruptors. There we go. Alright, I'm getting back in the swing of things here. The only thing is as soon as I get back into the swing of things, that means I kind of take over and just start attacking almost completely by myself. And then so what my brother would do is he would find his own things to attack, and then I would attack my own things, and we would just play the whole entire game that way. Crap, they're attacking my base over here. I hope those damn corruptors are done. They are. I've got these guys.
Okay.
And then see, so like, while I attack these guys, you could attack them, which it looks like you're doing. And then so, because the chance of them having another army this size is extremely low. Go, roaches. Oh, you little buttholes.
Guess I'll get another gateway.
That's gonna be pretty sad. Someone running around in an envelope is telling people to give them kisses.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, totally.
I'm going into where is this? The auction house.
Sweet. Okay.
Hard ass names.
Holy effing F. Well, that's not good.
That is not good.
Don't have enough to deal with that. Colossus is... Colossus. Thank you.
Annihilating some... whatever those giant...
Ultra
something
Lisks.
Alisks. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
They walked a little bit too close and like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these things just... shot 3 beams each at it, so...
You have to try to protect my positions too? Like, not all the time,
No.
but sometimes.
No.
Just something to think about. Yep, that spot would be very helpful because they're trying to wipe out my swarm hosts. Keep pushing, they're still there.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing multiple things at the same time.
Damn it, he took out almost all of them. Okay, cool. We'll hold this spot now. Do I have any other swarm hosts left? That's pretty... Okay, cool. I got a couple more left. So we're going to have to attack now because they have got us... Well, they've got me on the ropes anyway.
Alright. We going for the purple guy first?
Well, we just have to push in somewhere.
Alright.
I'm trying to get all my units together.
That was stolen tonight.
Thought I had another swarm host, but I don't. I'm coming.
Alright, we can probably take these guys out right now.
Hopefully, yeah.
More. Let's see. What else? Also send. Ooh. That worked.
Ah, they're trying to spawn in a bunch of air units.
Yeah, I had the blink out that half in blueberries was like, oh, got tons of gold and shit.
Yup. That was pretty awesome.
Like, oh, here you go. Thank you for the gold and all the ore. Up face.
Yep, I'll be taking my account back now.
Yo.
GG.
Alright, there's that one down. Now we need to make the other one GG.
Yeah. That can be arranged.
Yes. Oh. Duh, don't you dare.
Oh, look at Grammy.
Oh, you made Tempests. Those things are ridiculous. Those things are so damn strong.
Yeah, if this game had lasted longer, I would have made a bunch of them, but I only had time for the 2 of them. That's funny, because I went to go build them, and I was pressing T to talk to you, and it's T to build them, so 5 of them were in the making already. I'm like, oh, that works. GG, man, come on.
No, he must have a lot of stuff somewhere.
Yeah.
He's got a base
Oh.
there. He's got a base there. And
Oh,
he's got a
he has
base
base.
there, probably.
Probably. Alright, where's my flyer guys?
I have flyer
Base.
guys following you.
Alright.
But maybe you can go clean up most of the rest of the maps. 'Cause that was like everything I had.
Oh yeah, I still got lots, so I'm sending them around.
Cool, I was able to make a couple Zerglings, so I'll have them patrol.
Oh, yep, alright, they're
Oh.
there.
Ah, you're M moving or something. You always got to A move. Call it A moving, which is attack move. So they don't just walk through
Oh,
cannons like that.
alright. Alrighty, I'll have to try that out.
Yes. A move, extremely important. Unless you want your guys to walk past stuff, but that's extremely rare. Like I said, if you want to do like a surround, then you...
There we go. G, a G.
GG. Alright. There you go. That was better.
Hey, that was better.
And then, so usually what you...
That was like 3 levels.
Yeah, I bet.
Alright.
Oh, okay. Then you go to graph, and then the first thing to look at is army value. And then that kind of tells you... All it really does is stack up the monetary value, but it's important to see how you're doing making army, and where you lost army, and where you gained army. Zerg always does this weird kind of jump, boing boing, because I can make so much at once as long as I have larva. People that don't make larva, you see them almost flatlined. Like AI2, that light blue, he was almost flatlined the whole time because he wasn't making larva, because stupid computers don't do that. Only good computers do. Just like stupid players don't do that, only good players, which is why when a good Zerg plays a bad Zerg, he's literally got like twice the unit count. It's huge. He'll be like 200, and the other guy will be like 80. And he'll say, OMG hacks, and it's like, well, you didn't learn how to play the character. Protoss, on the other hand, is always a really steady increase. And same thing with Terran. But Terran, when you look at resource collection rates, and there isn't a Terran this time, but you'll see resources will fly because they do mule drops.
Yeah.
Which don't take any food, which is bullshit. And they take a renewable resource, which is bullshit. And they mine really fast. So you'll see Terran on that resource collection. They'll have more minerals than everybody. And the other thing on army value, Protoss is always going to be higher than the rest of them because their units are so expensive.
Yeah.
Which is stupid because a 200 Protoss is always going to beat a 200 Zerg if it's a good matchup, solely because...
What does 200 mean?
That's the food cap in this game, the supply cap. Also,
did we cap?
No, I got wiped out several times. But you see workers active. It kind of flip-flops. There's a kind of what would you call it? You don't want to make too many workers, or you can't have a really big army. But if you don't have enough workers, it takes forever to make an army. So some people think 3 bases is enough, and then they kind of float their workers. That's usually what I do. 3 bases and then float a 4th. So you'll figure that out later, because see, if you go to workers active, see how your workers flatlined?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas purple's shot up to 60, that means he was probably doing 3 bases and floating a 4th base, which is why he had all those extra workers. Probably don't want to do that unless you're constantly warping in lower tier units over and over and over and over. Then you can use that extra income to just completely swarm the other team. But Zerg, on the other hand, they need those numbers, so they usually have lower worker count. Because throwing in a bunch of units over and over at Zerg just usually wastes time, especially versus Terran, because their defense is so good. So those are... Oh, and then build order is really important, because like on the left column, you can go Sluggo, and then on the right column, you choose the AI that did the same one as you. and it shows the time matchups. You see it took you 7 seconds to make your probe. They had their first probe done in 1 second, because you get enough money to make one right away. Your second probe took you up to the 24th second. They had theirs in the 18th. And so on and so forth. So you were basically behind from the get-go. And I'm not being down on you. It's that they will build, especially at the harder levels. They can see pretty much everything almost at the same time. So the second everything's ready, they immediately build it. And
when you say building, you mean like they started building it?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, it doesn't actually spawn in for a couple of seconds.
Right, but the faster you spawn it, the faster it can go to work. And so how players do this, because I've watched like hundreds and hundreds of Twitch streams and or players Twitch streaming matches and hundreds of games. They sit there and they just basically jam on the button until it's ready. And then they're clicking around frantically because they're bored and because they have to keep their movements per minute up, actions per minute, because if they get too low of an APM, everybody dogs on them and it keeps them warmed up and stuff. But I'm not dogging on you, but as you get better, you will see your times get closer to their times. That's the first thing. The second thing is you can tell the build order. He went 3 probe pylon, you went 4 probe pylon, and you built tons of extra pylons you didn't need, and you can see your supply, you weren't using it. Now that's fine, but it's kind of, you're familiar with like just in time, JIT, you build things like only just before you need them. There's like pros and cons. Some people love to have tons of extra supply, like especially when I'm Zerg after I build my second Overlord. I build like an Overlord for every 3 units I make because I can't stand getting supply cap. And some people do that with Protoss and Terran also. They'll sit there and, this is really advanced, but you can queue up making supply depots or pylons. And players will do that. But if you look at AI3's supply cap, or supply column, he didn't need his second pylon for like several minutes. Holy cow. He didn't make a second pylon until the 2-minute 25-second mark. And he was already getting gas. And that was because he, I guess, was going to go Cybercore, try to give up gas for stalkers. So you can look at their build order and these times, and you can be like, oh, he built a gateway first. And so in case I'd rushed him, he would have had a gateway and a zealot out. But I guess he wanted to do gateway assimilator instead of gateway zealot, which is fine. Probably he figured I wasn't gonna attack, since they already know what you're building and everything. They know whether you're gonna attack or not, and so like, oh, he's not gonna attack me, I'm just gonna keep building. Other players can't do that, so they're either scouting or they're just guessing, or they're map hacking. But this game cracks down really hard on map hackers. So what some people do is they have their Twitch stream running on the other one, where people are telling them like what the other player is doing and stuff, which is bullshit. But that's cheating. So
quite so.
Yes. The other thing you can do is there's a save replay button, and you can save it, and then like every minute or so, you pause, look at their map, or look at what they're doing, look at what you're doing, and then be like, okay. That's a great way to learn. Yeah. if you don't know what build order, and if you don't want to go read people's build orders, just like in WoW and TOR, how people like Noxic do character build orders and rotations.
Yep.
They do that for this too. Well, not them, but other people do. Then they sit there and argue. You know how the internet is. All the keyboard ninjas arguing with each other. So, yes.
Maybe yesterday, or maybe if we were starting like ranked matches today or something, I'd be like, holy crap, I guess I should figure it out. But if we're gonna do like practice matches for a while, then I'm just gonna figure it out. Build orders, since I kind of already got a good idea. I played games like this before a lot. I mean, usually what I do is something like what I did this game, is where you saw I built a bunch of probes. I just had them collecting for a little while. I built a bunch of pylons. I had enough supply for a while. A couple more probes, and then started my gateway and started building. Waited on people for a minute. But I built 2 gateways pretty quickly, a bunch more probes. Cybernetic score, all my cannons. Well, I didn't start building guys for a little bit, but once I did, then I built a bunch of the big guys. And once I built a bunch of the big guys, then I built a bunch more. And it seems like when I play Tehran, then usually, I know I probably fail at Tehran because of this, but I usually build a bunch of the infantry guys and build a bunch of bunkers and fill them with those guys, and then they come and shoot them down. And then until they build some kind of huge thing that can wipe those out super easily, then I don't worry about it. But with this, it seems like the infantry is pretty useless. So I build a couple infantry earlier on.
No,
but
infantry's not useless.
For Protoss, it seems like it is.
You mean versus? Well, so do you mean zealots and stalkers are useless?
Zealots.
Oh my gosh, zealots are
I built a lot of
amazing.
stalkers.
Zealots are freaking beef sticks. Holy crap. Let me see if I can find something for you really quick.